Yo, what up, what up? From Hypebeast Radio, I'm Manny, and this is Mike Line, a show that looks to discover the origin story of your favorite artist or major player in the music industry. We ask the questions that you always wanted to get answered, and you never know who may pop by. For this episode of Mike Line, we talked to Lil Wayne on a high school's roof about his collaboration with American Eagle, why mixtapes aren't important anymore, sports, and so much more. The audio may spike a little, but the conversation is elite. Welcome to Mike Line. Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's another episode of Mike Line. Today we have a super special guest, one of the greatest rappers of all time, legend himself, Lil Wayne.
Thank you.
This is like a really honor to talk to you, man. Like, seriously.
That.
And so I think what first struck out when I saw this collab, I was like, man, American Eagle and Lil Wayne, I was like, I wonder how that'll look. But honestly, it makes sense because American Eagle is about the future and the kids, and you are very much about the future and the kids and the kids now. So I guess what draw you to American Eagle?
Oh man, it was simple. It was simple. Like you said, first of all, that's the way they sent. That's the way, I don't want to say pitched it to me, but that's the way they laid it out for me. You know, they are a brand all about the future and about the kids and the way the kids are in the future and looking to tomorrow. And they felt the same thing about me as an artist, and I was just honored about that, period. They could have gotten anyone else. They could have gotten someone younger. They could have gotten a new artist if they want to say the future, but they looked at me as a trendsetter. So with that said, I was honored, and I put my foot in motion and got with it.
Nice. I love the colors and like the mixture of the colors, and it's not just typical the tie-dye colors. It's like a very mixture of just it feels fresh. And so I guess why that path and what made you pick like that design?
First of all, the tie-dye, we took it back. I felt like, you know, when you think of Young Money, or when you think of the future and all that, you have to bring it back and take it back so you can remember what it was. Yeah. And so like I said, that's what the tie-dye was. And the colors, period, I think we just wanted to have something that pop. Yeah. And something that's not predictable, I would say. So something that pops. So when you think of Young Money, I don't think you think of these colors, but when you see them, you know, you see it's something that pops. It makes it new to me. Yeah. Just the colors, just seeing Young Money in those colors to me makes it feel new. Yeah.
Especially to me, you're like one of the most important people in fashion, especially in hip hop, because there's moments where like it's iconic. Like, who didn't want the purple Bape hoodie? Like, who didn't try everything they possible to get it? Yeah. I guess what makes you think fashion and music go so hand to hand?
Oh man, it started from back in the days. This from, you know, day one. I mean, I guess whatever era you started listening to music, you as in whoever listened to us right now, whenever era you started listening to hip hop, there was always fashion involved. And for me, I know when I started, it was NWA. If you wasn't trying to if you wore all black, that meant something. And then it was you know, it was crisscross before that for me. You know, I mean, it was you want to ask your mom, can I please wear my jersey backwards? You know, can I please wear my jeans backwards? It's always been about fashion, and with hip hop, it's always been about fashion. Then you go back to Big Daddy Kane. That's where the jewelry come in at. That's where we gotta have 19 rings on, 17 chains on. That's where that comes from. So plain and simple, it's always been there.
When you got the Bape collab and the purple hoodie, tell me about that moment, because I remember just everything like it was iconic photos, it was everywhere. Why do you think that popped like that and was such a moment?
Honestly, I think it had a lot to do with Bape at the time. Truthfully, it had a lot to do with them, because people was just into that. They still are. You know what I mean? And it was at that time, it was breaking through. If not, they probably already broke through, and it was just hot. So it didn't have to be me that was involved with it. It could have been anybody, but thank God it was, and hopefully whatever I was doing at the time helped it as well.
I watched the Lightskin Wayne Tyga video, and I was just like, yo, it just took me back to like you're just looking back at your career, and it was just like a really good homage to just you yourself. I guess your reaction when you saw that, and just like, man, like, wow, that's fire, man. Wow, let's go, DJ. Remember these stories. What was it like seeing that from Tyga?
First of all, it was an honor. Embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing, I guess, as in the fact of being so honored. Being so honored and just being very grateful for it. And then I did what you were saying. So I was watching it, trying to remember, okay, that's this video, and just going back and seeing how much he did it exactly like the video. Just plain and simple, it was dope. Yeah.
What memory popped in your mind when you was watching it? Like from a specific shoot, like from Lollipop, or when you was watching, it was like, oh snap! I remember when I made Fireman, I was like, oh crap, that happened. Did anything pop in mind?
The thing that popped in mind actually the most to me was just watching him do the walkthrough like I did on, I think it was a Millie.
Yeah.
When he come off the bus and he got the security and just that right there, just how he did the walkthrough, sit down, and all, that was dope right there.
Yeah.
That drew me in from right there. I was like, what's going on? I thought the whole video was going to be that.
Yeah.
Then when I saw him switch it up to other videos, like, oh, so you really went there.
Yeah.
That right there, yeah.
What's the most fun you had in your career?
The most fun I've had in my career, I'd probably say was Grammy night. Yeah, Grammy night when I took 4 of them home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the most fun.
What was that night like for you?
I can't remember.
I was listening like all throughout the weekend to all your artists, and I was like, man, this is one of the like unholy grail of series, and like not just hip hop but music. And I'm just like curious, have you ever like tried to rank it or try to like skip your favorite ones? And it's always a debate of like Carter 2, Carter 3, like which one is your favorite for fans. But have you ever tried?
Honestly, I've never tried. I don't have a favorite at all. I work so much to where none of them are my favorites. My latest song I did, my latest song I recorded is going to always be my favorite song. So I'm one of those guys. Yeah.
Nice. Mixtapes, I think, was super important, and it's kind of like missing right now because of streaming.
Yeah.
And I think because
Definitely.
You're like the testament of that, because like the run you had on mixtapes and the importance of those songs, it was cool to hear you on these beats that like, hey, that's like over all these beats. So I'm just like, why do you think a mixtape should be back now, and why do you think it's important?
I don't think it's important now. I actually don't. I don't think it's important that mixtapes be back, and I'm not sure if we need them. I wouldn't want them to disappear and just indefinitely. I wouldn't want them to go all the way. Go away and completely, but. Meaning, with that said, I'm sure I'm going to put out some more mixtapes. I know I'm not going to stop doing it. But the reason why I say that is not important is because what happens is these days it's a new game. And you have, I don't want to use the word, you have more, I don't want to say friendlier, but you have more cooler artists. And everybody's more accepting these days. So what happens is if you go out there and do a version of someone's song that's already out, 9 times out of 10 these days they're gonna make that they're gonna get at you, pay you, and make that the real single, throw a verse on there, and that's their new remix joint. And so when I was doing mixtapes back then, I was doing some, I know I'm not gonna be on this joint ever, so let me spit what I would do on this joint. So it's kind of not like that these days. These days I've done it. I put out a few mixtapes now when I do it, and that's been the case. That person hit me up and be like, you know what, let's make that the single. I want to put that out as a real remix, and that's what happened now. So I'm not sure if they're needed. Let's just keep doing it, being friendly and accepting everybody and being cool artists.
What keeps you going now musically? What makes you motivated?
It's natural. I don't have an answer for it. I don't know what it is. So that's when it's really natural. I really don't know what keeps. I question myself when I'm in the booth at 6 in the morning. Then I had been there since 6 in the morning the day before. I questioned myself, why aren't we still here? Yeah.
That's because I'm excited about Funeral, and I'm just like,
oh, me too.
It's just like,
oh boy.
But the name is very poignant to me because this is like, okay, what does Funeral mean? This mean like, hey, like I'm about to kill the game and show y'all why I'm one of the best of all time. What was the name Funeral stand for?
Funeral. It has a different meaning to it. It's not what obviously what most would think it means. And to answer the question, get the album.
I think I definitely want to ask you about Young Money. I think Young Money's super important just because that was like the quintessential. Everybody rapper in the prime. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's eating. It was like, this is how it should go. And now listen to the compilation that dropped back, and listen when Bedrock came out
Okay, yeah.
and everything. I'm just
Yeah.
like, would that ever? Do you think that would ever happen again? Everybody coming together and do another compilation project, or
As far as Young Money, as far as
Young Money,
it's gonna always happen with Young Money. It's a must. It's criteria with me.
Yeah.
We all come together and always play, even if it's not come together. Even if it's just email me a song.
Yeah.
You email me a song. You email me a song, and I got 12 songs with everybody on them. Put it out. It's gonna always be that with Young Money. As far as in the game, I miss it.
Yeah.
With other artists, with other labels. I miss it, like you used to get the same thing from a Rough Riders where you got everybody on one album, even if there was an artist on there that I'm not going to buy their solo album, but I love to hear him on with DMX and with Eve and things like that. I remember not only we have clicks now, we still have MMG, not saying that, they don't do it, but do it. I would love to see people still do that, just record companies come together and be like, this is all of us, here we are as a family.
Yeah, because what reminded me of Young Money was the recent Dreamville project just came out, and how they just all kind of just got together, recorded the process.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I remember watching videos of just like you with Young Drake and Nicki, Gutta Gutta, Tyga, see like everyone just getting together and just recording. And it was special, and I really do miss that.
Yep. Yeah. We got a new team. Obviously, you already know Drake and Nicki and Tyga, even though Nicki always going to be the queen. Drake going to always be the king over here. Wherever they are, they going to always be the king and the queen. And Tyga going to always have his throne as well. And we have new artists as well now. So when we drop a compilation this time, I'll be introducing the world to my new artists as well. Yeah.
What does a new artist have to do to catch your eye?
You say what?
What does a new artist have to do to catch your eye? What catches your eye?
Natural. It has to be natural. It has to naturally catch my eye, naturally catch my attention, plain and simple. I've never been the type to be like, because he's my cousin, or because he's such and such cousin out there on his mama's side, on his dad. Nah. That's not me. So if you catch my eye, if I like what I'm hearing or like what I'm listening to or something about it, even if I don't like it and I just almost like it and I feel that I can fix it and make it, then I might rock with it.
I definitely got to ask you about sports.
Oh, yeah, let's
How
go.
crazy is the NBA offseason for you?
Yeah, the offseason, though, I can't wait to see the season.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't wait to Kevin get right so then we can see all these guys playing, these duos we got going on. But the craziest thing about it is Kawhi signing for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, he's setting himself up for
Another
it's going to be
payday.
a crazier offseason in about 2 or 3 years,
What do you think make the biggest splash?
As far as the team-wise, I gotta say the Lakers, man. I'm sorry, I gotta say the Lakers. Even if I wasn't a Laker fan, I think I said just because of the biggest. The names of who the players are.
Yeah.
It's Anthony Davis and it's LeBron James. I understand everybody else pairing up, and that's awesome, but. That's LeBron.
Nice.
Anybody go over there, any other of those names, it didn't have to be Anthony Davis. As long as you got LeBron James after that name, man, that's crazy.
You got a chance.
Yeah.
And then my last question is, a young artist come to you and say, Lil Wayne, how do I become you, or how do I have your longevity? What would you tell that new artist?
If you're trying to become me, I'm sorry. I tell that artist, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you want to go through what I went through to become me. Yeah. It's tough. But as far as trying to have longevity, it's all about knowing that you will fall, and whatever it is you're doing, know that you will fall. But it's all about knowing more that you'll get up and keep going right after that. That's the toughest part about it. Nice. You will accept that you will fall because you know you will fall, but it's hard to get back up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's today's episode of Mike Line, and thanks for tuning in. You can listen to more episodes of Mike Line and everything Hypebeast Radio at hypebeast.com/radio. Subscribe to Mike Line on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, or wherever you get your podcasts. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at ECM_LP and follow Hypebeast Music for more original content. Let us know who you like to have on the show, and thank you for listening to Mike Line.